we discuss significant information regarding the IRS's revised schedule for the $2,000 stimulus checks in this video. These benefits are only available to Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA beneficiaries. We will provide you with all the information you require, including when you can anticipate receiving your check, how to ensure that it arrives on time, and the actions you must take to grasp the $2,000 stimulus check's goal and target audience. With our assistance, we'll clearly explain what this payment means in terms of your eligibility requirements. Find out if you are eligible for the $22,000 stimulus check. We'll explain the requirements clearly so you know who includes a revised distribution schedule. The IRS has revised the schedule for distributing these payments. We'll give you the most recent details on when to expect your check and how to make sure you get it. The actions required to guarantee that you receive your payment promptly. We walk you through the steps to ensure that everything goes as planned and has no negative effects on your VA, Social Security, or SSI benefits. Comprehend how this stimulus check works. Will have an impact on your present benefits. We'll talk about what you need to know and whether it will affect your regular payments. Frequently asked questions about the $2,000 stimulus check assistance will provide answers to some of the most frequent queries. We'll wrap up with some crucial advice to remember and our final thoughts on this significant update after you clear up any confusion. Keep up with the most recent information to guarantee you receive the money you are due. This video is intended to give you all the information you need to understand the $2,000 stimulus check that the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, recently made a substantial announcement that has garnered the interest of millions of Americans, especially those who receive benefits from the Veterans Affairs VA and Social Security Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI. The organization has released a revised distribution schedule for a new round of stimulus checks, with a $22,000 payment intended especially for these benefit recipients. This news is much-needed comfort for those who have been struggling financially as a result of the ongoing economic outcomes of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since the pandemic began in early 2020, several rounds of payments have been made. These earlier payments, which included those from the CARES Act, are being built upon by this most recent stimulus effort. Americans received vital support from the Consolidated Appropriations Act and the American Rescue Plan, but their distribution presents obstacles. The new $2,000 stimulus check targets particular beneficiary groups in an attempt to address some of these problems, as well as expediting the distribution procedure. People who receive benefits from the Social Security Retirement, SSI, SSDI, and VA programs are the main focus of the eligibility requirements for this new payment. This focused strategy aims to give older people more support. The exact income thresholds have not been officially released, but it is anticipated that they may be similar to those of previous stimulus payments, with full payments likely. Disabled and veteran populations are particularly vulnerable to economic hardships. Going to people with adjusted gross incomes of up to $75,000, or, for married couples filing jointly, incomes up to $150,000. The IRS has updated its distribution timeline, which is one of the announcement's main features. The $2,000 stimulus checks will be distributed in stages, starting with direct deposits for people whose bank information is on file, then paper checks, and lastly, economic impact payment, that is, IP cards. The timeline offers precise dates for payments to Social Security retirement beneficiaries are scheduled to start in the first week of the distribution period, and payments to other recipient groups include VA benefits, SSI recipients, SSDI recipients, and third-week recipients. Recipients in the fourth week of eligibility. There are a few actions that can be taken to guarantee that the payment is received promptly, such as using the IRS Get My Payment tool to verify personal information with the appropriate agencies. It's important for recipients to know that official agencies will never request personal or financial information via phone, text, or email, and there are never any costs involved. This information will become available when it becomes available, so stay vigilant about potential scams. For Social Security retirement beneficiaries living on fixed incomes, the impact of receiving the $2,000 stimulus payment will differ depending on the recipient group. However, it represents a significant boost that can help cover increased costs of sustaining medical costs or accumulate emergency funds. SI beneficiaries, who frequently have the lowest incomes among their peers, may be eligible for several months of additional income support. SSDI beneficiaries may use the money to pay for adaptive equipment or medical costs. Although recipients of VA benefits may choose to augment their existing benefits or allocate funds towards education or job training programs, the economic impact of the stimulus checks is anticipated to be significant, potentially increasing consumer spending. Although some economists have expressed concerns about potential inflationary effects, the targeted nature of these payments may mitigate some of these. Spending has the potential to lower poverty rates and have a multiplier effect as money circulates through the economy. Concerns in contrast to earlier stimulus initiatives. Although the targeted approach of this $2,000 payment aims to support vulnerable populations while potentially reducing administrative costs and streamlining the distribution process, it is larger than any single previous stimulus check. Additionally, because of the focus strategy, some groups that have previously received stimulus checks might not be eligible for this one, which could cause confusion and prompt requests for additional support for other groups after recipients of the $2,000 stimulus check receive it. It's crucial to manage the money carefully. Top priorities should be meeting basic necessities like housing, food, and medical costs. If at all possible, paying off high-interest debt and setting up emergency savings should also be prioritized. Recipients may decide to use the stimulus payment to support local businesses, which will help boost the local economy, while also investing in their health by paying for costs not usually covered by Medicare or other insurance. The stimulus effort may have important long-term effects. It might establish a standard for similar initiatives in the future, which could result in more frequent targeted interventions for particular groups. The process of distributing these payments could provide insight for upcoming adjustments to the social safety net, potentially leading to better mechanisms for swiftly funding distribution to recipients of benefits, increased benefit system integration, and, finally, the announcement of a $2,000 stimulus check for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA. Although difficulties may arise in the distribution process, benefit recipients represent a significant effort to provide financial support to some of the most vulnerable populations in the United States. The potential benefits of these payments to individuals and the distribution takes place, it will be important for qualified recipients to remain informed and take the required actions to guarantee they receive their payments on time. In the end, this stimulus effort offers not only immediate financial relief, but also a chance to ponder over and possibly modify upcoming economic support policies and initiatives. As these $2,000 stimulus checks start to be distributed, it's critical to take into account the larger context and potential ripple effects of this initiative may have on a number of societal and economic issues. The targeted nature of this stimulus effort reflects an increasing understanding of the special difficulties that the elderly, disabled, and veteran populations face, especially during uncertain economic times. Strategy could create a precedent for decisions made in the future regarding policy, which could result in more precise and focused economic interventions. The stimulus payments' effects go beyond just giving recipients short-term financial relief. For many, this $22,000 could signify the difference between financial ability and hardship. In certain situations, it may enable people to pay off past due bills, afford necessary medical care, or complete critical home repairs that have been put off because of a lack of money. While this payment is significant, it is not a long-term solution to problems. Rather, it could give recipients the means to invest in their future through small business ventures, job training, or education. The systemic problems with the economy. The fact that so many of these people require such a targeted stimulus payment underscores persistent problems with the sufficiency of present benefit levels and the general design of the social safety net, which this initiative may help address. Rekindle conversations about how to better assist disadvantaged groups continuously, rather than depending only on one-time stimulus payments. Government agencies may find that the distribution process itself provides a useful opportunity to learn about the difficulties and achievements encountered during this rollout could influence future initiatives to simplify benefit distribution, possibly resulting in more effective and efficient systems for providing aid to those in need. This could have significant effects on how government assistance is distributed among several programs.